My name is Josh. 7 years ago, I fell in love with the idea of buying a Sprinter van and converting it into a camper. As it turns out, an old beat-up Sprinter doesn't care if you spend most of your free time for the better part of a year and all your savings on the conversion. It does not care about how naive you are. If it's time to break down and show all its weaknesses after one trip to Sweden, then it's going to do just that. However, my delusional optimism kept me going. I decided to give it another go, this time with a smaller and newer van. So I bought a Volkswagen Caddy. With the goal of traveling Europe, my wife and I set off on a 2-month trip, driving from Finland to Spain and back. Over 9,000 kilometers through 14 countries. Combining camping with travel and documenting all of it was truly a dream come true and a trip we'll never forget. Three years later, our lives changed forever.
Say hello to Naomi.
In September of 2025, we welcomed our daughter. How a tiny human can bring so much love and chaos is beyond me. Witnessing the miracle that a birth is has given me so much perspective on what matters in life. Having a child brings a lot of changes. So how do I combine the goal of camping with my family with my passion for campers? Simple. You buy a Toyota Land Cruiser. This is a 2006 120 series Land Cruiser with 335 kilometers on it. Perfect for a hybrid camper. Before we take this thing camping, we need to make sure we do our due diligence as citizens of Finland, where they put salt on the roads. We need to make it a little bit more rust-proof.
Cold January, up before dawn, down to the Knox mine we've been digging on. No other light but the lamp on my head, and my mama told me that I wound up dead, but there's bills to pay, and the rent's due today, so I'll take my chances this time. Breaking my back, $5 a day, and the company stores get half anyway. While Mr. Coal Baron sits up on a hill in a gold-plated mansion with pockets to fill, and we're underground, 300 feet down, and it feels like we're digging our grave. Don't go down the mines.
Good morning. Today is a cold, beautiful day. We're on our way to the hardware store to get a steel brush and some tools, because today we're gonna start working on the underneath the car, get rid of all the surface rust. la la.
Sinä vai Eto? No.
Hei. Let's enjoy. Still have a lot of work to do underneath the car, get rid of all the surface rust, and hopefully soon enough we're gonna put some fresh paint on and maybe even some rust protecting layers. So we're gonna stop at the hardware store first and get some supplies, and then we can get to working. Oh man, there's plenty of space in here. I can almost sit upright. Look at that. Let's start off with some rust off. Okay, ready for action. The first bottle is all emptied out, and I'm gonna have to get more for tomorrow. I'm still happy with the progress we made so far, and hopefully this will last for at least a couple of years until we have to redo it. But it looks good. It's pretty fast drying, but I'm still gonna take a chocolate break and we can check back. Ooh-wee. You know, I've been sugar-free now for a month. Cheers. To day 3 of the rust restoration project. So yesterday I spray painted what I thought was rust preventing spray, but it's really just to prevent stone chipping, which is literally in the title of the bottle, but it didn't occur to me. And right next to that bottle at the hardware store, there's a bottle with the title just Undercoating. It's literally meant for rust prevention. So I don't know if I'm gonna redo it, or I think I'm just gonna let it be there for now and do all the other parts with the rust prevention spray, because I bought a bunch more today and we're gonna try and finish this project tonight. We're gonna really have to work for it, but it's okay. We had some chocolate, we're gonna enjoy, we're gonna have fun, and I'm excited to be back with the project and creating. It's what I love doing. It's one of my favorite things to do, so let's get after it. Woo-wee. I bought a bunch of this Maston underbody spray now that we're gonna continue with. So I don't think I'm gonna do anything with what I did yesterday, so that's gonna have to be there for now. And if any problems occur, I'll fix it. Oh, I also bought some diesel injector cleaner. I'm gonna pour this in the tank. Also I bought some heat resistant paint. I'm gonna apply to the exhaust pipe because I cleaned it off yesterday. I'm probably gonna have to do it wipe off today as well. And I'm gonna paint that black. this is some dirty work. I'm surprised I have nothing in my eyes yet. Let's take a water break. We managed to do a lot today, but we didn't actually finish, so we might have to come back and do the other side. Still have to do the grinding and spray paint on that side, and then we can start building out the camping setup, which I'm super excited about. So yeah, exciting times. Now it's time to clean up and head home. Good morning. Today is a cold, beautiful morning. We have -16 degrees Celsius. Today is the 4th and final day of the rust restoration project. Let's get after it. I think we'll start off with the rust off. So I'm actually considering removing the shield or the cover from the fuel tank and doing that separate, as it is too close to the fuel tank. I wouldn't go anywhere near the fuel tank with a grinder. When I inspected it, I actually found that one of the screws were missing, so maybe we just replace that as well. I mean, I could also just brush all the surface rust off with a steel wire brush by hand, but I don't know. Maybe this is overkill, but you know, I think I'm just gonna try and remove it. So that's gonna sit there for about an hour to dry, and we're gonna take a coffee break. Maybe I should have washed my face. Well, you know, when I first bought this car, I was anticipating maybe 2 days of work just to finish off all the rust, and then once you see the difference between the work you've done versus what it used to be, it's so satisfying. You can't really leave any spots out, but I don't think it's realistic to do everything. I don't know, what have I gotten myself into? Maybe it's a lifestyle. Maybe I'll never finish. Maybe that's the point. So the fuel tank cover is in place, I think. And we're gonna have to do another run to the hardware store because we just ran out of the black spray paint. So quick run and let's get back to it. I look like I've been inside a chimney, but I'm sure they've seen plenty of dirty men at the hardware store. Well, we managed to push through and finish the rust restoration project, and hopefully we've given this car a few more years of longevity. In the next episode we're going to take a look at the camping setup. I haven't worked out all the details, but it's going to be a pretty simplistic camping setup since this is still going to be our family car. And if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment, anything helps. And yeah, see you in the next one. Peace.